I like to play a game inside of my head where I'll invite characters in that I've encountered online or through films or through books and interact with them and see what comes up, see what happens. And two characters that I use a lot when I'm thinking about discipline and focus and moving forward. One is Dave Goggins and the other is Jocko Willink. They both wrote great books. I highly recommend them. Dave Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, is available as an audio, and it has interviews at the end of each chapter. I highly recommend that. Jocko Willink's book is Extreme Ownership. I highly recommend that as well. And I sort of think, what would it be like if one was like these sort of types? Navy SEALs, gung-ho, ultra-focused, ultra-directed type. But that level of sort of bravura, machismo, and determination and hoo-ah applied to emotional literacy, applied to being focused in your life on a day-to-day basis. What would you be like if you were like these men, but your rigorous focus on a daily basis was to stay in a very disciplined, very structured way on exactly what you want? What if you were jingoistic and oorah about what you want? And you kind of think, well, what would that happen to me? Would I become a corrupted individual? Would I become selfish? Would I become narcissistic? And then I sort of think, well, that really depends on what you actually want. If what you actually want is selfish and narcissistic, okay, there are exercises to be done there to say, like, why do I want that? Is there something in my belief system that says I'm living a zero-sum game where if you benefit, I lose, and if the only way I benefit is if you lose? Because I would say, if that's how you really think about the world, you need to do some work around that. I think it was Stephen R. Covey. When I was a kid, I used to listen to a lot of American personal development, sales, and NLP type stuff. And I think it was Stephen R. Covey who said, the best format is not win-lose, is not lose-win, it's win-win. And the sort of the ethic for that, for him in business, he was talking in business, is I only win if you win. You only win if I win. That's the way we should view things. And I agree with that. If you can internalize that as a belief, then everything that you want, that's like a value, that becomes a North Star, that becomes a guiding coordinate. Everything that trickles down from that is going to be good. Because why would you want what you wouldn't want bad things? You'd only want things that benefit everybody. Doesn't it feel better for you personally when you are not just on your own winning, but you're succeeding together in a group? Hello folks, this is a video clip from the 30-day challenge. If you liked it, feel free to join the challenge. It's completely free and it's available over on Grannon Philosophy, the YouTube channel right now. Cheers. People who have military backgrounds, they get to live that experience viscerally on a day-to-day basis. They're living it as in they're sleeping it, eating it. You know, they can't escape it. That's what it is. And the other group of people who live that are people who are entrepreneurs and run small businesses. I've never done the military thing. I've done potential officer training a couple of times, but I've been in multiple startups and I know what that feels like. It's a hell of a buzz to be winning as a team. It's the strongest buzz. It's far stronger, far more exciting, far more compelling than to be doing it individually. We conflate at times the issue of narcissism with the issue of toxic individualism. And they do cross over for sure, but I would suggest that a lot of the things we've been laying at the door of narcissism is, if we're being nuanced and high resolution, is not actually narcissism, it's individualism. It's a toxic, rigid individualism. When we contribute, when we are acting as part of a team and when everybody's winning alongside of us, when our tribe is doing well, and look at the military, look what they do with them. They put them in tribes. If you listen to the David Goggins thing and he describes Hell Week, I think it's one of the first things they do, it might be day 1 or day 2, is if they have a number of guys going through, if there's 50 guys going through, they put them into teams of 10. I've got the numbers wrong, I'm sure it's not teams of 10, but it's something like that. Boat team 1, boat team 2, and then they compete with each other. And they win or lose with each other. And what are they looking for in the Navy SEALs specifically? They're looking to weed out the toxic individualists. They want to see people who are cohesive and support each other and help each other. Why? Because that's the difference that's going to make a difference in a battlefield scenario. What's a higher pressure situation than that? Similarly in business, when they're doing like corporate training and they're checking people for management material and leadership material, they're not looking for selfish, individualistic, narcissistic psychopaths. They're looking for people who can hold the group together, who can lead the group and have them move forward together, because that's what makes the difference. I would suggest that this is how we have evolved. I would suggest that that is how we are still here. We are not still here because we're the progeny of Neros, of the progeny of Julius Caesars, we're the progeny of Genghis Khans, these are important figures historically, but they would be nothing without the teams and the cooperation of the people around them. What is it that you do want? Is it for the highest benefit of everybody around you? Do you need to change your belief system so that it is? And if you do that, do you find it more compelling? More on this tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time and for your attention, and I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Cheers.